So hello there, welcome to this this video. This is stages 42 and 43, upper chest frame, and I'm going to be absolutely honest with you guys. I think after the last issue and doing the little test, there is a risk that this may seem a little bit disappointing. I don't think it's totally disappointing. It's quite large pieces actually, but obviously every piece, every stage that we do, it just adds a little bit to the build, and obviously every single piece is critical. It's one of the things that I do enjoy about this build. Everything has a real purpose. So we have got upper chest side frames ×2, absolutely solid pieces of plastic, and then we've got 4 PTPB screws. Now, one thing I have noticed about this build, and that is they don't give us spare screws. So if you do lose a screw, you're a little bit on the buggered side. So we're going to need this framework from previous steps, and what we are going to do, make sure this is out of the way. We've got 4 screw holes there, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's going to correspond with this, and that's going to go in there like that, and we're only going to need 2 screw holes. That's interesting. So the inner screw, let me show you this, and I just want to double check the magazine as well. Yes, right, I have that correct. So we're going to attach that. You see these 4 screw holes, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to do the 2 inner ones. So this is quite handy that we're doing 2 pieces, because it means I can show you again. So they are in place, and just with the 2 screws, that is very secure, very secure. Right, so to show you that again, we have 4 screw holes, 1, 2, 3, 4, and they will correspond to those screw holes there, and we are going to place that on there like so, and we're going to use the inner screw holes. Now, looking at the 2 screw holes that are, or the screw holes that are left, we have this one, which is the outer one on there, and it seems to line up quite nicely there. So there's obviously, I'm going to guess, another supporting brace going across there. It might be soon actually. It could be the next issue, because I'm going to be honest with you, I've not even looked at the next issue yet. You know how I like to do things as a surprise. So that is in, and the question is, guys, that I've got, how far is this piece from the neck? Because we know we have this neck mechanism, okay, and we know we have the head, so it'd be interesting to know how far we've got. But that is those 2 pieces in. Make sure that's nice and tight without over tightening it, and look, there's nothing supporting the 2 other than there, but look how solid that is. That is absolutely fantastic. We have an invasion. Hello mister, you trying to tell me it's bedtime? Can I put you down? I mean, not put you down, I say put you down. You know I don't mean it like that. It's a good boy. Okay, so onwards and upwards on to stage 43, and we have not so many pieces, well, not so much bulk, because it looks like we actually have more numbers of pieces, and we have got 3. Oh, and I recognise these pieces. Tell me if you recognise these pieces too. So we have got, I honestly did not know what was in here, but these look like exact same pieces that we put in there, 2 of them, and then this looks like a cable support. So yes, it is. So as we did 2 issues ago, we've got some screws as well, I forgot to mention those. Right, so that's interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. So first thing we're going to do is we are going to place our cable support in there. Now I've placed that screw, that support in there that way, and I didn't even check to see if it was the right way, but it goes in like that. Now if I was to put it this way, I notice that it doesn't sit flush, but I wonder if it would still work. So do check the orientation in the magazine, guys. Okay, so push that onto there, push it in nice and firm. It doesn't say anything about gluing. If it this one doesn't need gluing, but if it was a bit loose, you could pop a bit of glue on, a bit of super glue or some ABS cement. So we have done this before. What we are going to do is we're actually going to place it upside down, so this little round bit is going to go in there where those 4 screw holes are. Remember the one we've missed out in the last issue. Now this is a little bit tricky because where we've been screwing these side pieces in, it's pushing it together and the tolerances are very, very tight now, so you may need to just force that back just a little, but this bit we've done before. So I'm going to pop the first screw in and try and line it up. And you're probably going to have to screw. No, that's not lining. Right. So just keep wiggling it until you find that first screw hole. That first screw hole is going to be the tricky one to find. I've actually got it on that one. Right, so then we go for the opposite side. Now, just like before, I put the top screw in on this side, so I'm putting the bottom one on this side. You don't have to do that, but that's just the way I've chosen to do it. So let's see if I can find this screw hole. Like I say, it's finding the first screw holes. That's gone in. So now I'm left with a pivot. So that makes the third one easier, but with a slight bit of skill needed. I've been very lucky there. Everyone has gone in fine. And then this last one should be lined up perfectly for us. Which I don't... Yeah, it is. It is. I didn't think that was going through. Okie dokie, so let me get those done. And again, that is adding so much strength to this. I'm not going to, but I feel I could throw this across the room and it would survive. Okay, right, so on the other side, remember we have this motor there now. So we do need to make sure this little circle bit is downwards. I'm trying so hard to ignore the cat, but he is unignorable. So just getting this piece in there, it is really okay. She is a naughty cat. As I put her down, she's pulled the microphone out. Okay, so let me show you what I've done on this stage. This is actually, this one here is exactly the same as the previous support we put in. So this support there, we've put the cable guide on it. We've then had to line up with those 2 screws there, screw them in one at a time. It really was a job finding that one this time for some reason. I don't know why, but we put this other one in. Notice that they go in different directions. So this one that we put in the previous issue was pointing downwards, and this one is pointing upwards. So we've got the little cutout notch there that's going round the pulley. Got those in, well, eventually I got those in, and they are in absolutely perfect. So that I am really happy with. Obviously, because the last video we got to play with pulleys, this particular video isn't going to look quite as exciting in the terms of actual moving things. But one area that I think is really exciting is we're adding these pieces of ABS plastic, and it's just adding so much strength. One comment that I made is I'm not going to, but I feel confident that if I threw this across the room there would be no damage to it. It really is a tough cookie. So I'm really happy with this, and it's starting to get quite weighty, so I wonder if it will actually weigh a lot. So there we go, guys, that is that issue done. Now next video will be the last video of the new year. It's going to be issue 44, and it's the neck connection. It's not going to be a massive video, but we'll have a little show and tell, a little summary of everything that we've got over the year. So I really hope you're going to join me. So take care, guys. Have a wonderful fortnight.